Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Monix. This is the last and final episode of Monix for the year 2019. The next time you'll be seeing me will be in 2020. So I pray for each and every one of us to have a very beautiful, pleasant and prosperous new year. Today I'll be talking to us about etiquette on WhatsApp groups. We all know how very useful WhatsApp groups have been in terms of disseminating information to a large group of people. It's less expensive compared to you having to put calls through to people. So WhatsApp groups have been quite effective and useful. However, there are some things that people do on WhatsApp groups or things that people do with WhatsApp groups that are actually not right that I would like to discuss with you all today. So I'll be talking about nine or 8 points thereabout. So I hope you learn from this. I'm also learning from this because I am guilty of some of this, bad behaviors on WhatsApp groups. So the first is that before you set up a WhatsApp group, you must have a purpose and you must have an idea of the people you want in that group. So when you have a purpose and you have an idea of the people you want in the group, the next step for you is to, send a message or put a call through to the people you have identified, asking them if they would like to be in the group. Do not just add people to groups. Don't let people wake up in the morning, opening up their phones in the morning and then saying that they're already a part of some groups that they don't want to be a party to. So always ask for their consent before you add them to your WhatsApp group. Number two, WhatsApp groups are not for you to have a private conversation or a one-on-one conversation with someone in that group. Imagine you have a WhatsApp group with 5 or 10 people in it, and then you wake up one morning and then you just send a message to the WhatsApp group, which is directed at someone in particular, and then both of you start chatting regarding some issue or something that other people don't know about. It's kind of rude. So I think the best thing for you to do in that case is to have a private chat with that person in particular. Take that conversation off the WhatsApp group and make it a private chat. Don't let other people feel like, oh, what are they talking about? How does this, affect me? How is this useful to me? It's actually rude and wrong. The next point I'm going to talk about is, there are some people who on WhatsApp groups they're just funny, they're just clowns. All they do is to send skits, memes, funny pictures. Some people don't find those things funny. They find it actually annoying. They consider it rude, but they can't tell you. You should actually know that not everybody will be interested in the kind of skits that interest you or the kind of pictures that interest you. So if you really want to share information, you want to share skits, memes, and pictures, send to your friends privately. Don't send it to groups. Please don't. Personally, I really don't like it when you send skits or memes or pictures that are not really, interesting to me. I don't find them funny. I don't find them relevant. I don't find them useful. Don't send them to groups. Send them to people privately. Also, it's not right for you to send messages in the night or just whenever you feel like sending messages to WhatsApp groups. Consider the time. So imagine somebody sending messages to a WhatsApp group, say at 2 a.m. and then for your phone beeps and then you flip your phone open and then you see that it's a message from someone in one of your WhatsApp groups. And for instance, that message in particular is actually not relevant. It's not useful. You'll be angry. So we have to be sensitive when we want to send or share information via WhatsApp groups. Think about the time. If it's daytime, if it's afternoon time, it's okay. But once it's night time when everybody's sleeping or, even if they're not sleeping, it's nighttime already, respect people's privacy, respect their space. So don't send messages at odd hours to people in your WhatsApp groups. So next one that I want to talk about is that WhatsApp groups or WhatsApp group platforms are not the right platforms for you to, air your grievances with someone or where you berate people. If you have issues with someone in your group, in your WhatsApp group, the best thing for you to do is to send that person a direct message, a private chat. Don't bring your grievance or annoyance or whatever issues to WhatsApp group where everybody's going to see, oh, I know what is going on. That is not right. That is actually rude. So if you want to have, a conversation with someone regarding what they said to you, what they did to you, or what they are not doing right in the group, it's best to have, a private chat with them. Don't bring the chat to WhatsApp groups. And then what I noticed recently or well, not recently, ever since the inception of WhatsApp groups, especially when those WhatsApp groups are meant for maybe reunions or maybe parties or something that have to do with maybe former classmates and what have you. People kind of use WhatsApp groups as an avenue to show off. I don't know if you have observed it, but I have observed it. Some people just come on group to say, oh, I'm sorry I didn't respond to the message just because I was making food for Obi, or I just I was taking care of Riuluwa because Riuluwa has been crying all day, so I had to attend to him. I'm sorry, so now I'm here. Like, those things are not necessary. We don't need to know what you've been doing with your time. And for instance, if you maybe planning for a reunion and everybody's meant to contribute a sum of money, a particular sum towards the event, and then you hear some people say, oh, I just sent $1,000, I just sent $2,000, I just sent £10,000, we don't need to know. The person who is in charge of the WhatsApp group, the person whose account the money is dropping into, knows the amount you have dropped. People know. I mean, we don't all need to know whether you have sent the exact sum or you have sent beyond that required sum. We don't need to know. Keep your information to yourself. It's not necessary. So guys, those kind of things are very annoying. If nobody is going to tell you, Monique, will tell you. So stop it. It's not right. And then so before, if you feel like, oh, you are in a WhatsApp group and you actually consider it annoying being in that group, or you're just always pissed off, you don't like what people discuss, you don't like how some people act, you get irritated easily and you just want to leave, please don't just leave without informing the team or the group that you are leaving. Just excuse yourself politely that, oh, I want to leave the group. You don't have to give reasons why you want to leave. It's your phone, it's your life. Just tell them politely, oh, I'll be leaving the group, and that's it. That way everybody is informed, because it will actually be rude when they just see a message, TY just left the WhatsApp group, OJ just left the group. That is actually not nice. I've been guilty of this. Yes, I actually exited the group without letting them know that I was leaving, and after I left, I actually felt bad because I realized that it was quite rude. And I think one of the last and final points is that don't be a ghost when you are in a WhatsApp group. There are some people there, from the inception of the WhatsApp group, they never say a word. They don't contribute to conversation, discussions. They just keep quiet. They are just in the dark. They're just lurking in the dark like evil spirits. They don't contribute whatsoever. Even when people are arguing, discussing, dropping points, they won't say a word, though. They won't drop any comments. That is actually rude. And it's not nice. Don't do that. If you don't want to be a part of the group, like I said, ask to leave politely. It's no crime. Take your leave. It's better than you just staying there, reading chats, knowing stuff about people and not contributing. It's not right. So in closing, I would say to us that before we post information or anything whatsoever into our WhatsApp groups, ask yourself two basic questions. The first question is that, is this information relevant to the entire group? Even if not to the entire group, is it relevant to a number of people in that group? If your response is yes, then please proceed. Then the second question you need to ask yourself is this a good time to send a message? If it's not an emergency, think about it. If it's nighttime, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., don't send it. Except it's an all-out emergency and you really need help at that moment. That is when you should send messages to WhatsApp groups at night. Yeah. So, well, some people may listen and some people may not listen. They just keep adding into groups that you don't want to be a party to. So there are things you can, there's one basic thing I'm going to teach you to do. It's pretty easy. Go to the settings on your phone. Just open your WhatsApp app. Go to account. Once you get to account, select privacy. Once you select privacy, select group. You see group as an option. Select group. And once you open group, you see, it gives you 3 options. Nobody, all contacts. And then there's also one other category, everyone. So select the one that applies to you. If you want everyone on your contact to be able to send you to add you to WhatsApp groups, your choice. If you don't want anybody whatsoever to add you to any groups without your consent, then select nobody. So that way, if anybody tries to add you to any WhatsApp group, they say that it's not possible, they definitely have to call you or send you a direct message to ask you if you want to be a part of that group. So guys, I hope you have learned from this episode of Monique's. I'll see you all again in 2020. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I love you.